and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinals. So the quarterfinals here of the WardiTV Monday number 49. We are back and we have returned, and oh boy, we had some crazy results already. Who has been taken out? If you remember, our German Protoss took down Classic. Classic is now out of the tournament. Likewise, our I almost said Danish. Our Dutch Protoss player took down MaxPax as well. Let's go, let's jump in. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the German Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the red Protoss player representing Shopify Rebellion from the land of the Netherlands. It is Harstem. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Coming into this, I would say I would definitely give ShoWTimE the edge, but I would have also have given MaxPax the edge. And clearly, Harstem, he's on fire. He's on fire here tonight. If you can take down MaxPax, you can take down any Protoss player in the world. The question is Harstem, does he have it in him, right? Has he spent all of his energy? Has he spent all of his mana? Has he spent all of his strength on MaxPax? Does he have it in him to keep going even further and go up against ShoWTimE? Best of luck. Best of luck to old mate Kevin. As ShoWTimE, he's moving out with his first probe. Oh, does move out. So 2-gate opener back at home. Bearing in mind that ShoWTimE can be very cheesy, can be very aggressive in PvP specifically. So we'll see if he makes use of this pylon. The probe backs away for now, but can always go back in. My eyes are on this pylon. This pylon's location is prime for a proxy Stargate. So we could see a Stargate. This wouldn't be the worst location for a proxy Robo. We see proxy Robos very often here at the mineral line. Cybercore is almost done. What's it going to be? Robo or Stargate? Which one? And we have confirmation. Robo, one base all in. As we mentioned, and this kind of validates that, but again, if you're familiar with ShoWTimE, you'll know that ShoWTimE can be very cheesy, very aggressive, specifically in PvP. He's known as Demour, he's known as the Wall, he's known for his macro play in other matchups, less so this one. SPVP. As ShoWTimE does poke in, we do have a Harstem setting up back at home, going 2-gate opener into an expansion, so standard opener out of Harstem. And Harstem, what's scary, no scout. Zero scout from Harstem. He has no idea what's going on. No probe scout. Hallucination is moving out. The hallucination will eventually tell him, but alas, it's going to be just a late realization, a late scout as to what's going on. We'll see if Harstem can react in time. We'll see if he can defend. Oh boy, it's not going to be easy. As now he knows, he sees no base, he confirms no tech, and he's now aware that an all-in is coming. Back at home, defensive Robo, but again, it's a late Robo at F-stage 2, threatening to shade into the main. Harstem trying to keep up. Trying to. So Prism is on the way. We have a 3-gate setup behind this. Here comes the Immortal. ShoWTimE, he can drop into the main. He's going for a Depth Harass. Loading up those 4 Adepts. Moving in. As he does get a sentry, not bad. Ooh, 1 sentry goes down. That F-stage 2 shade away just in time. ShoWTimE not losing anything so far. I mean, 2 Adepts are very low. They're insanely low, but they do survive. ShoWTimE is making his way into the main. Does make his way in. Nice force field, locking down one of the Immortals. Locks one down. And does barely break through. Yeah, takes down the Immortal. The army gets locked down by the force fields. The Immortal's low. Nice save there from ShoWTimE, but the Immortal is so low. He has to back off. Harstem, he's holding. Harstem, he's holding on. He's surviving. He's defending. Doesn't kill the Immortal. We have a second Immortal coming in. But Harstem, he's got his own. He's getting his own Immortals. He's getting more shield batteries. Harstem, he's surviving. It's still very close. But ShoWTimE, he can't find a way in. Yeah, Harstem is keeping up. So far, so good. He's keeping up with rotations, keeping up with the army. Stepping forward. Oh, we lose an immortal and better force fields from ShoWTimE. He's got 3 immortals. Yeah, with the power of 3 immortals, he might just overwhelm. As he once again does target down, breaks through the stalkers. Boys are being pulled. Harstem, he's running out of stalkers. He's running out of stalkers, running out of units here. Nice juggling once again from ShoWTimE. He's up to 4 immortals. Ay, ay, ay. He's built up so many. Oh, loses 1. 1 immortal goes down. He'll lose the 2nd immortal, down to 2. Yeah, 2 immortals left, but players, they're microing their hearts out. But last, ShoWTimE has done it. ShoWTimE, he has done it. He has broken the natural base. He has an army. He's got 2 immortals. I mean, I say that, Harstem, he's hanging on. 2 versus 2. The problem here is that ShoWTimE, he has this gateway army, and he's making his way into the main. And juggling in. The army has arrived, getting into the high ground. Oh. Takes on the pylon. Going for another warp in. There's only 1 shield battery on the high ground. That's the problem here. Only 1 shield battery. But now Harstem, he's got 3 immortals. Okay. Hey, he breaks through. Harstem takes down the immortals. He's got 3 of his own, and he's holding. Yeah, Harstem, he has held. Takes care of the adepts. He still maintains a greater economy. He's still up in workers. That's what matters most. And of course, he has the main army as well. He's up in immortals. And remember, ShoWTimE back at home, no base. No base, no expansion. ShoWTimE is all in, and the all in is failing. ShoWTimE is getting a little bit desperate here. I think this is going to be his final push. Harstem, he can take it slow. He can opt to take it slow. Starts stepping in. Some of his army is not actually in the fight. But the boys are being pulled. He can afford to lose them. He can't afford it. Once again, nice control. Oh, he saves the immortals just barely. Nice juggling. Pulls back, saves the immortals, and Harstem, yeah, he secures himself. He's done it. He did it earlier. 12 probes go down, but Harstem maintains the army. ShoWTimE doing what he can. He's doing what he can, man. And Harstem's just getting further ahead. As the game goes on, he's just getting further and further ahead. Oof. So Prism's going to be denied. Harstem pulls away with the immortal. And GG gets called. Harstem, he does hold, he does defend, he shuts down the all-in, and Harstem takes game number 1. Whew, GG, well played. Harstem does take the game, but a very, very intense game here. It could have gone either way. There were some strong moments for ShoWTimE, strong moments for Harstem. If you remember, initially there was a moment where ShoWTimE, he had 4 immortals. He was, for the most part, taking better fights. He was controlling beautifully. He out-traded Harstem, but Harstem, he recovered. He was able to recover, able to slowly get back into it. Very impressive play there from Harstem. Did recover, did hold, did defend. And with that, we're now getting ready for game number 2. game number 2 here, and we'll see where this takes us. We'll see if Harstem can close it out here and now. Can he take down another top Protoss, or will ShoWTimE force the ace match? Let's go. And let's go. As we are getting into our next game, going to be loading into Incorporeal. Here we go. Incorporeal, of course, being one of the larger maps in the map pool, but also a lot of spaces for potential proxies. Bearing in mind that ShoWTimE, he did start off game 1 with a proxy himself, did fail with a 1-base all-in. Coming into game 2, I would imagine that ShoWTimE might be tempted to fake a proxy. We might even see Harstem commit instead. He might be the one to go for the all-in. He has a little bit of freedom to do so. This is where the mind games come into play. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the German Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. For Sentinels, it is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player from land of the Netherlands representing Shopify. It is Harstem. Here we go. Leading that series. Does take a lead. And we'll see who flinches first. Our eyes are on the second pylon. Do we go for a fake pylon? Do we go for a real proxy? Do we open up proxy Stargate? Does anyone be greedy? Does anyone cut corners? ShoWTimE moves down. 2 gate openers all around. Awesome. No scouts yet out of our red Protoss. ShoWTimE he's gonna be the first across the map. He'll be able to confirm whether or not there's gonna be a missing pylon, and Harstem looks like he is not going for a proxy. Not at all. Not just that, but hey, as a reminder, what happened last game? Harstem didn't probe scout. This time also no probe scout. So Harstem is playing blind. ShoWTimE could try to take advantage of that and go for a proxy Stargate, but he has no setup for it. He has no probe out on the map, he has no pylon, so Harstem, he will get away with his greed. Technically, Harstem is ahead. The reason why Harstem is ahead is because ShoWTimE has a worker scouting and checking to see what's going on. Harstem doesn't. That one worker that would be scouting is mining instead. As Harstem's going for a 2-gate opener, Sentry Expand, very greedy build here from Harstem. Goes to the Nexus. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE opening up Stargates. Okay, so we have a bit of a give and take here. Harstem, he's being greedy. He's being much more economic. He does skip his second unit. Basically, he skips his second unit, goes Sentry, expand in towards a Hallucination Scout. That will confirm what's going on. ShoWTimE delays his expansion in favor of a Stargate, in favor of Oracle Harass. So he could make up for his otherwise worse economy by killing probes and catching up that way. The problem, though, is that with this Hallucination, Harstem should confirm that there is a Stargate, that there is an Oracle on the way. Harstem knows. So Harstem, he scouts, he knows, and he should be in position, and he should not take damage from this. I say should because, I mean, at the end of the day, ShoWTimE, he can still force mistakes, catch his opponent off guard, drag him out of position. There's still ways to get damage done, but at least Harstem, he knows what's coming. He knows, man. He knows. And yo, shout out to Kanoya in the chat. Ga, baby, ga. Este Kanoya. To see you. Buenos dias. ShoWTimE does move out across the map. ShoWTimE setting up a proxy location as well. Twilight Council's on the way. Interesting. Are we planning to go for something cheeky here? Are we planning to go for a Dark Shrine? No shot. Either Dark Shrine or just a proxy location for a gateway. What's it gonna be? Blink has begun. Blink has begun. Oh, just gateway. Just the gateway, no Dark Shrine. So setting up the proxy. Behind this, how many gateways are we on? 3, soon to be 4. Ooh, that's a hefty gateway count. 4 gateways for ShoWTimE. This is a little more committed. It's a little more committed here from our Blue Protoss player. This is going to be delaying his third. He's delaying his third base in favor of extra warp ins and extra gateways and a larger army. Meanwhile, Harstem, he's still only on 2 gates. We don't see a 3rd or 4th gateway, which means there's a higher chance he wants to expand, and ShoWTimE is here to delay. The Oracle does no economic damage, so far this Oracle has not paid for itself, but hey, can pop off with those stasis traps. Yep, speaking of, Harstem wants to expand. So Harstem is being so greedy here. Oh, does spot it, but he can't do much about it. Okay, does still get on location. Okay. Still does expand. But again, Harstem, he's taking a 3rd base on 2 gateways. ShoWTimE getting his 3rd base. That is true, but he has a 4-gate setup. Here comes the warp in. Here comes the move out. Stalkers are racing across the map. We'll see what ShoWTimE can get done. ShoWTimE does warp in. Oh. Catching a Stalker. Going for the sentry. Nice big off. Sentry goes down. Warp to the main. ShoWTimE is warping in. Looking for another way in. Doesn't quite get the sentry. As the Oracle is activated. Heads into the main. There is 1 Stalker to defend. Just the one. ShoWTimE goes for the stasis. Oh my god. Doesn't quite connect. Stasis is denied. And Harstem, he's getting away with his third. He's getting away with his 3rd base. Again, ShoWTimE, he opted not to commit to any kind of all-in. He's expanding. He's saturating. We're getting into the mid-game. After a very intense game 1, and just intense day of StarCraft, like Harstem versus Max, Classic versus ShoWTimE, we just had non-stop aggression and non-stop all-ins. But here we're slowing the game down. Okay. Building up. Getting into our back and forth. ShoWTimE just rotates. Let's rotate over. Nice, pulls away, double it out here towards the left-hand side. Harstem is keeping up. Harstem is keeping up. He's getting his 4th base. Both players are taking up into charge, into +1, into eventually Archons. So again, we're switching out of Mass Blink Stalker into Charge of Archon. Both players are doing so. Right now, we're neck and neck. ShoWTimE is being the aggressor. He's still looking for a way in, and it looks like he might find some Stalkers. Yeah, blinks in, gets 1. Gets 1, gets a couple of probes as well. Harstem trying to punish. Nice trades. You can see here they trade evenly when it comes to Stalkers, but Harstem, he lost 3 probes. He lost 3 extra workers. So a better trade for ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE going back in. More Stalkers. Trying to reinforce on the right hand side. Harstem does have an army in position somewhat. Ooh, as he does get caught by the stasis. He's getting caught out. ShoWTimE rotates. The observer does spot this rotation. Harstem knows. Harstem is aware. Dark Shrine is finishing up. Uh-oh. And Harstem, he only has one observer. That's the only observer he has. He's getting some safety cannons, thankfully. That will help. As Harstem, he bleeds out more probes. But this is a better main fight. A better main fight. Still no Dark Templar. And Harstem, with the help of the Immortals, he can actually get himself with the Stalkers. He can try. Okay, the Immortals have to pull back. That's a lot of Stalkers. Just a very careful play here from Harstem. Very careful movement. Decides to back off. Pulls back. Again, ShoWTimE has had the slightly better economy for quite some time, just because he's been killing probes. He's just been getting more damage done. Blink is on the way from the Dark Shrine. So Blink DTs. Some spots of rotation. We have 5 Dark Templar out on the map. One cannon is not going to be good enough. And the armies, they pass by each other. Harstem, he responds. He's racing back home. Harstem out of position. Does recall. Because he just recalled, that means he has no defensive recall on the right-hand side. DTs, they're going for the first cannon. Going for the pylon, actually. D-powers 1. D-powers 1. Doesn't quite get the other. Harstem will take 2 stage straps to the face. Ay, ay, ay. The stage straps are brutal. But Harstem holds. Holds, he defends back at home. Getting back to mining. Now he's aware of the DTs. I'm still not convinced just by how Stalker heavy ShoWTimE's army is. He's very Stalker heavy. And it comes down to his engage. He has a lot of Zealous as well. ShoWTimE, he'll lose a mineral line. Harstem, he does not have enough buffer. Has to pull away to the Archons. Immortals are exposed. He'll lose 1. 1 Immortal goes down, losing 2, losing the Archons as well. And Harstem, he overextends. Yeah, he has overextended. He needed those Zealots earlier. Late reinforcements. Prism goes down. You can see now that he has Zealots, he can actually take the fight. He needs more reinforcements. Harstem pulls away. Now remember, he did get the mineral line. He did get 12 probes. 12 probes went down. Still very close, still very tense. Both armies, they back off from each other. There's going to be a window in time where ShoWTimE has +3 over his opponents. So +3 is finishing up. ShoWTimE, does he have a Templar Archives? He does not. Ooh. Just now starting very late here for ShoWTimE. That is a concern. He's relying quite heavily here on mass Zealots, and it's going to be difficult to engage into too many Archons. Right now there's only 3. ShoWTimE, he can manage it. Cannon defends back at home. From here, ShoWTimE, he has to respect the army. Again, we've built up to 5 Archons. Nice, easy counterattack. Getting a lot of damage done. I do favor Harstem's main army in the main fight. But probes are going down back at home. Archons are pushing in. And ShoWTimE, he cannot A-move in with those zealots. If he does, he will lose them. He has to play it smart. Has to be slow. DTs are still in the main base, depowering some of the gateways. Nice DT harass. Gateways are going down. Ooh, awkward engage here from ShoWTimE. It's an awkward engage. Harstem, he can move in. He can try to force his way up the ramp, but there are some stasis traps. Meanwhile, back at him, the DTs are still popping up. Ay, ay, ay. 19 probes going down. Harstem is going to run out of reinforcements. The prism goes down. And even though Harstem has been taking better fights here, now he has no economy, which means he has no army. It means he cannot warp in, not like this. ShoWTimE has got more zealots on the way. He's getting some of the Archons. Where are the zealots of Harstem? He just lost the prism. And Harstem is just being picked away at. GG gets called. He cannot reinforce. And ShoWTimE will tie the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. GG. We're going to the ace match here. And ShoWTimE, he pulls a max packs. He pops off with the Dark Templar. Those DTs, they won him the game. They were depowering the gateways. They killed 19 probes. It meant that Harstem, he couldn't actually afford to warp in zealots. He couldn't afford and didn't have the production or the economy to actually reinforce his army. So over time, he was just running out of steam, running out of army. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very intense back and forth, and I was favoring Harstem if he had an economy, if he was able to shut down those DTs, but he wasn't able to. And now we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. We're going to the ace match. We're going to game 3. Meanwhile, looks like the upper matches are underway.
But yeah,
it looks like the upper semis is going to begin. But I'm happy to, of course, continue on into this, and we'll catch up with the other casters afterwards. We'll get there. Here we go. We have our final game of the series, the final map of the series, going to be loading into Maganatha. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have our German Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player from the land of the Netherlands, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Harstem. Here we go. We have our PvP. We have our ace match, and again, this can go either way. See where this takes us. As last game, we had a pretty, I don't want to say passive, we had like a more macro-oriented game, but it was still very intense. Like ShoWTimE was so aggressive. He was so aggressive. He was so active on the map, like non-stop. He was just in the face of Harstem at the 3rd, at the 4th base, eventually going into DT harass as well. But ShoWTimE was taking a very active approach. And we'll see if that trend continues, because game 1, ShoWTimE, he went for the 1 base all-in. Game 2, ShoWTimE was the aggressor as well. Went for a longer game, but was also still the aggressor. Game 3, got my attention. Hello. Setting up for what looks to be a proxy Stargate. This is an ideal location for a proxy Stargate. Now, what's important here, and what I like about this choice, do you remember something about Harstem's play these past 2 games? He's never probe scouted. Like, not a single time in this series have we ever seen a single probe scout. So I like the idea of setting up a proxy Stargate. Not going for an all-in, but going for a build that is designed to punish a player that doesn't have information, that doesn't scout. So this is just a really good punish here for Harstem, just because Harstem has been playing blind the entire series. The entire series, just blind the entire time. And there it is, Proxy Stargate, as we mentioned. Again, this is a prime location. I would say this is an obvious location. Very quickly, if Harstem did go for a Pro Scout, if he saw that there was a pylon missing, this is one of the first locations you check, but Harstem isn't scouting, so he isn't checking. Harstem, once again, double gate opener, sentry expand, he skips his second unit. So skips the second unit to get a faster nexus, going for the hallucination scouts, and with this scout he will confirm that we're missing something, that the bases are delayed and the tech is not there. So Harstem, he will recognize that something is wrong, but how does he react? Hallucination moves in, spots the timing of the nexus. Ooh, doesn't go further though. He doesn't go further. He doesn't check for the other pylon, doesn't check for any tech. Army is in the main. Oh, nice forward tilt. Nice forward tilts. He locks down the adepts and he will get both. Very nice. Takes on both, and we can see that Harstem, he's actually in position to defend. He's in position. The Oracle should not get any damage done. Gets one probe, only one. Ooh, and the Oracle does overextend, taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage, and Harstem, so far, he gets away with it. He does get away with it. He was just building up in his main base anyway. We have a second Oracle that's on the way. Hallucination now confirms that as well, so Harstem knows. So far, so good. Harstem is in a better position. Harstem, he's been playing this series almost like almost Max Packs-esque. I say Max Packs-esque because Harstem, he hasn't been going for the Max Packs opener or anything like that, but he's just been very defensive and greedy as well. Very defensive, very greedy, and he's been getting away with it. Double Oracle has joined up. Remember, 2 Oracles, they can one-shot workers. Plus Harstem, he's ready. Hallucination does get eyes on the Oracles. Harstem knows. Harstem is aware. ShoWTimE, he's threatening a dive. Harstem claiming a faster third. This is all you mentioned, like Harstem getting a faster third base, getting a faster natural base, getting a better economy, and just not really concerned about moving out across the map. At times it's worked, at other times it hasn't. But it's what Harstem's been going for this entire series, more or less. ShoWTimE, he is pushing out. Behind this again, the pressure's on ShoWTimE once again to get some damage done. He's down in workers. He's just had later bases, later economy. So the pressure's on ShoWTimE. Sorry, just dying a little bit there. Oh, nice stasis. Stasis goes off. ShoWTimE is going for the counterattack. It does go for the natural. Harstem's out of position. Probes are going down. And again, this is what ShoWTimE was looking for, what he needed even. Ooh, and even does force a cancel. Nicely done. 4 probe kills, cancels the 4th. And ShoWTimE pulls away. Barely lost anything. You can see here, ShoWTimE, he was able to kill 4 workers. Harstem did pick off at least a handful of stalkers. Harstem got something for his troubles. ShoWTimE's looking for more. What I find impressive here is that ShoWTimE has kept both oracles alive. So even though the initial oracle harass didn't really do much economic damage, they're still alive. So hey, we're able to throw down stasis traps. We're able to set up here and still gain value. So more stasis traps are being thrown down. Rotating over. Does rotate, does hit the third. Charge is still not yet done. And once again, that's 4 probe kills. Dragging the army into the stasis traps. Ooh. Oh, no, that does link in into the stasis, and ShoWTimE can take a fight. He can take a fight, he can kite back. Stasis traps are popping up. Finding a couple of sentries, getting one, almost getting 2. Zell's getting picked up as well. ShoWTimE just having much more efficient trades. Much more efficient. But alas, is it enough? As he rotates once again, gets a pylon, denies the warp in. Harstem just have been having a really hard time keeping up with ShoWTimE this entire game. Keeping up with rotations. We have another stasis field behind this. Base out one. And base out the other, okay. Harstem holds his own. And Harstem defends. Harstem does hold on. Behind this, we do see the +2 is almost done for ShoWTimE. There's going to be a window in time where ShoWTimE is going to be up an upgrade. Harstem going for the Dark Shrine. So I'm getting a little bit desperate here. Going for DTs. And again, he's going to make something happen across the map. The entire time, ShoWTimE has been just safe at home, safe mining. His bases have been untouched. As the armies are still quite close. And Harstem is catching up with that upgrade. About to finish up +2. Neither player, I believe, has teched into a Temple Archives. Yes, so no Archons. No Archons yet. So both players just purely a gateway composition of Zealots and Stalkers. Just charge on some big Blink Stalkers. ShoWTimE is main armies on the right. We do see Harstem on the left. We could try to go for some expansions. Where are we headed? There we go. Temple Archives for ShoWTimE. He's thinking about Archons. Harstem is yet to do so. I mean, technically, Harstem can make Archons with his Dark Templar. True. Technically, can make that work. ShoWTimE does catch us some Zealots. Eyes on this War Prism. Oh. That's 4 Stalkers going down. And where are the DTs? They're with the main army? Ooh. And the reveals. Yeah, there's an observer here for ShoWTimE, so he sees it. Does see the Dark Templar. And he will clean them up. As a response, cannons. Cannons are being thrown down all over the place. Base was denied. ShoWTimE has just been looking solid this entire game. He's been in control of this entire game so far. Dark Templar deflected. ShoWTimE going for another expansion. Meanwhile, he has +3 over his opponents. Get better concave for ShoWTimE. And ShoWTimE is just pulling Harstem apart. As we have more Zells coming in from behind. No. Here's Zells on top of the Stalkers. Better trade for ShoWTimE once again. Harstem, he has to back up. And looks like he will save his expansion. Okay, he holds. So does hold. Ooh, it's going to cost him an expansion though. Another base goes down. Again, Harstem out of position. And ShoWTimE, he still has the oracles. Still has an oracle even. And here come the Archons. Now ShoWTimE has the better army. It's not purely just Zells and Stalkers. Now he has a better answer to the mass charge load as well. See, ShoWTimE, we just needed a game to lock in. He locked in, but his stasis goes up. ShoWTimE getting stuck on himself for a moment, but there we go. He does break through. We've got the one Archon here for Harstem, but it's gonna go down almost instantly. Meanwhile, Zells get into the mineral line, 14 probes going down, and GG gets called. Harstem just torn apart, and ShoWTimE looking very dominant here. Takes the series at 2-1. GG. GG, well played. ShoWTimE looking very comfortable in that final game. I will say that the series was back and forth and it was still very close, but game 3 was a lot more in favor of ShoWTimE. He was getting very comfortable when it came to his map control, when it came to his harassments. We did touch on that previously, if you recall, when it came to just his approach to the series in general. He was very active, very aggressive. We pointed it out in game number 2 as well from the side of ShoWTimE, and in the end, he does claim the series. Congratulations ShoWTimE. But a shout out to Harstem, a big shout out to Harstem, as he was able to take down MaxPax earlier, of course. He took that MaxPax, and he was even able to go to the ace match against ShoWTimE. So really impressive play there by Harstem, as we are going to be wrapping up and heading over to the upper semifinals. Let's go. Let's catch up on the bracket. Now, unfortunately, we just missed the lobby. Feels bad, man. Literally seconds. We were a couple of seconds too late, so I do apologize. But we barely missed the lobby. Hero versus Solar are mid-series, and I think they're in game 2. I believe they're in game number 2 here. And Hero's up 1-0. Hero's up 1-0. So if Solar wins this game, then bam, we can get into the ace match. We can get into the ace match. Otherwise, if Hero 2-0s, then we're going to be jumping into Clem versus ShoWTimE.